speaking truth to power, from the grassroots to the highest offices. EMV.
Amitapendwa ya vintu ifisumezyo tabula kwibukisha kana depotimo wimbo wa temenu wa katongi abazunga batita katongi nagula kwibukisha kateka kaibukubuna kapona neseko syove pameso yamwama umebaya iyaba iyaba ume
Kukonke milimo shove
baba ume ale filamba yena minta pengo sile eti kume mokulo dolole abale lilo wingi
iseko wingi mwakwete isaso wingi mwakwete Mwaya mwende wino tata wesu
Katusi muchi mutege Wali bomba kale Lomba mwatu katuleli lake Mupanga na chiba
Benda Mupanga mwine Mwaya mwine Ide
Good day and welcome to today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Share the broadcast. Today we are mourning a young hero, 12-year-old boy Abel Mwamba Jr. We're privileged that we have the father, Pastor Abel Mwamba Sr., who's with us in the studio here. On February 10th, 2026, a mass shooting occurred in the small town of Tambler, British Columbia, resulting in the death of 8 victims. It's the deadliest school shooting in Canada since the 1989 Eco Polytechnic massacre. Among the 8 that died that day, whose lives were prematurely taken, is the life of a young man, brilliant young boy, Abel Mwamba Jr. I've got the father here, but here is a young man talking to his father.
Hey, Chairman, what are you waiting there? What are you waiting for? What food are you going to have?
I don't know.
You didn't order,
I was not here.
but you didn't tell me what to order for you.
I told you.
What's that?
I don't know.
You just pointed?
Yeah.
So where is this place?
It's a restaurant.
Okay. What's that? Looks like a golf club.
Yeah. But there's no golfing.
Pastor Abel Mwamba, good day, and our deepest condolences. And you are such a brave man, You've provided inspiration to other parents. You've provided inspiration to many people in this crisis, and you've emerged as a leading voice in this matter. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Pastor, before we go into the details, and later we'll celebrate the life of Abel, just tell us about yourself. We understand you are a pastor, you are leading a church, and that you are from Zambia. Just tell us about your life briefly before we come to the story of Abel.
Okay, so my name is Abel Mwamba, and I was born in Zambia, and that was in Kitwe. Then we lived there for some few years, and then in 1995, we moved from Kitwe and went to Mufulira. And in Mufulira there, that's where I did my primary school at Rwansobe Basic School, then moved to Chankwa High School until I finished my 12th grade. That was in 2007. Then I moved back to Kitwe, and that's why I started working like in 2008. So I lived in Kitwe for a few years, and then got married to my wife in 2012. And then in 2013, we had our firstborn child, who is Abel Mwamba Jr. Of course, I stayed there. Then later I moved to Solwezi, and then in that time, I was working there in Solwezi, and also I was just a young person in the things of the Lord. Of course, I did some study concerning the things of the Lord, theology, and then in 2015, I was ordained as a pastor. So I am still a pastor of Burning Bush Ministries, Solwezi City of Grace Chapel, under our Bishop Stephen Nkata, who is in Lusaka. We have our branch there at Avondale Shopping Complex. So I'm married. I have a wife. I had 3 kids. Now I have 2. So that's all I can say about myself.
Tell us about your work and how did you move to Canada? Why did you move to Canada?
Oh yeah, like the way it is, like for most of the people, we always want what is the best for us, and also for our family, our children, and also the people that are surrounding us. So we always keep on searching. People like us and some other friends, they go beyond the box and look from outside. So I was checking from outside way back. That was in 2022. But of course, I had a desire to work from outside even before that. Like in 2011, I wanted to go out, and things couldn't work out. But we always say God's time is the best. So in 2022, I got a job by the company that I'm working for right now here. So I got a job in Canada, and the company that I got a job from, they brought us, all of us as a family. That was my wife, me, and by then we had 2 kids. That's Abel and Shakaina, our daughter. So they demanded that I move with my family over here. And like I said, Mr. Mwamba, we are looking for the better life for ourselves and for our children. So we moved into this place, Tambler Ridge, with a job that I was given. And when we got here, of course, I had, there's a perception that I had about this country, Canada, and also Tambler Ridge. And when I got here, it was totally different. The country and the place is so nice, and the people are so friendly, so welcoming, and we felt at home when we got here. So we moved here in March 2023. So next month will be 3 years here. Yeah, so that's where we are right now, Mr. Mwamba.
The town where you are, it is touted as a mining town. What do they mine? Is it like the copper belt? Does it remind you of the copper belt?
Absolutely. We do mining here. The one difference that we don't mine like an open pit mine where you start digging from the top going down. Over here, we mine into the mountains. So we mine the mountains and we start bringing them down, but we don't mine copper over here. We do mine coal, and not thermal coal. We mine meteorological coal, which is used for steel production. So it's a mining area, and we only mine coal over here. There are different companies that do mine coal over here, and it's just a small town of about 2,700 people, 2,500 to 2,700 people. So it's a small community with a very beautiful people, and we almost know everyone here. We almost know everyone here by name, by face. We know each other in this place, and it's a community where we have like united people, very healthy people, very welcoming people. Whenever you see the people of Tambler Ridge, you see a smile on their face.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Let's come to your beloved son. You seem to have had a very good relationship with him, because over the years you've been posting social media posts with your son. Just tell us about Abel, and then narrow down to the day when he left school, the last time you saw him.
Mr. Mwamba, it breaks my heart to talk about my son. But the other thing is that we've just discovered, me and my partner have discovered that our healing is from talking about him and also listening to the comments that people are making. There is a relationship that I wanted to build with my kids even before I had these children. There is a relationship that I wanted to build with them. And also, I started walking that path. So when God blessed me with the kids, there's a relationship that I wanted to build, and I was walking through that path. You can see through my Facebook post, everything I do post there. But me talking to my kids, teaching them how to go about life, respecting others, and taking them out, exposing to the life that I never had. So I wanted to expose my kids to the life that I never had, and of which I did. On that part, I never failed. And I brought my son Abel as a person, as a kid that was different from any other kid that we can look at. The boy was totally different, and we loved him so much. Now, on the 10th, which was Tuesday, I left for work because I was doing training, mine rescue training. So I went for work, and I was supposed to be there for just 9 hours and then come back home. So I went there. I was doing the training, and the kids were living there. They usually leave the place, our home. Abel lives at, if I'm not there to take them to school, lives at 8:20 in the morning, and the sister leaves at 8:30 because they have got different schools. So my son left at 8:20 and told the mother that when dad comes back to work, let him come and pick me from school because I'll be attending the youth meeting. And the boy loved the Lord so much. He loved our Lord Jesus. We brought him in that way. We brought him up in that way. So I was at work there, and of course, at lunchtime, I called my wife just to check on her as a routine because that's what I usually do. So when I called her, she told me what our son Abel had said that I should go and pick him up at church after I'm done with the work thing. So I said, sure, I'm gonna grab him when I come back. So I was there and I went back to the class. We did everything, and then at 2:40 p.m. we were done over there, and we were just cleaning up, putting things together in order to leave. And then the coordinator of the program came and asked this question. Said, "Is there anyone over here who has got kids in school?" So I said, "Yeah, I do have kids. One is at the elementary school, and the other one right now is at the secondary school." And he said, "Oh, the secondary school is under lockdown. There's an active shooting over there." So I just said, "Thank you." And, I didn't think of my son like being involved. So I thought, yeah, it's just one of those things. The police will take care of it. So I went into my vehicle and I was driving back home. I just drove for about 10 minutes and I saw an alert on the phone, like emergency alert sent by RCMP, which is the police officers from here, communicating that the school is under lockdown and make sure you are all indoors, lock your doors, don't move, walk outside. There's an active shooting at the high school. So I got worried and I drove. Of course, I went to school and I found that the school was blocked, like police everywhere, helicopters flying over the school, as you have seen in the video, and drones everywhere. So I passed by, went straight to see who was at home, my wife, and checked if they are okay. My wife was panicking, so I talked to her. I said, "No, like our son is just okay." Mr. Mwamba, I went back to school just to try to find out, and we stood from a distance. All the parents who are just curious to know if their children are doing well. So we got there and I had to stand there and wait for about an hour, and we saw the police now went in and went inside there with their guns and everything, and they started bringing out like kids slowly by slowly, in the numbers, maybe 10, 15, 10, 5, bring them out with their hands over the head. So there was this guy who was standing close to me, and he said, "Yeah, I've seen my daughter over there." He had the binoculars because we are at a great distance. "I seen my daughter over there," and he was so excited and said, "Abel, what about your son?" Then I made a joke. I said, my son. You don't need the binoculars to see my son. You can just see even when you are from a distance, because my son is the only black student on that school." So I just made that joke, and the guy passed the binoculars to me, and I was just checking, trying to see. And after a few minutes, the police officer came to us and said, "Everyone who has got kids over here, you can go to the hockey arena at the community center and you find your kids there. You go and unite with them." And I was like, "Where is my son?" And then the other thought came in me, like, "Oh, maybe they used the other door, they brought them out and you didn't pay attention to it. Maybe that's the reason." So I went to the community center and I met with my partner there. We were taken where all the kids were in the arena. We looked around. It's not difficult for you to trace a black person among the whites. So I looked around. I couldn't see my son, and still I had faith and hope that my son cannot be hurt. Nothing has happened to him. I'm gonna see him, and he's gonna give us a great hug and a great smile, as he was always smiling. So we looked around and we couldn't see him, and my wife was asking me, like, "Where is our son?" And she was worried, and I was trying to control her. Said, "Okay, we're gonna ask few friends." So I asked like other people, like, "Oh, did you see my son?" This one was saying no. The friends, no. And we stayed there for about an hour or two, because even that arena was under lockdown for that particular time, until they count everyone, until they make sure that the area is safe, because there were also separate 2 dead bodies that were that was killed by the same suspect. So they just discovered that there's this instance. So they were trying to find out whether there is a second killer or things like that. So we were under lockdown. Even there, no one was allowed to go home for about maybe 2 hours or so. And then they came, they said, all of you come with your kids towards the door and do the checkout, and you can go home. And everybody was just going home, was doing that. And we started like worrying. So I went to the officer, like, officer, can you just help us? Like, we haven't seen our son. And he said, but I don't have much information. So we went to one of the paramedics. We said, we want our son. Did you receive any son by the name, any person by the name of Abel? He said, no, I know your son, but among the victims that were brought to us, your son was not there. I said, what's going on? And we waited, and I was comforted, because they say some of the kids, they are hiding and they are so scared. Like it's so difficult, like, for the police to find them. And I was a little bit convinced that maybe what he was saying was true. And we waited, everyone got their kids and they went, except a few of us, maybe 4 families, 5 families. We were there and we didn't know what to do. And this time it was around 5 p.m. on the same 10th day of February. So we were just walking around desperate, trying to find out and ask the police and all that. And they was just saying, calm down, we'll give you the information and all that. And Mr. Mwamba, just during that period, I was trying, I was confused, because I was trying to find out and then cool down a grieving mother who had already like started like crying and asking, where is my son, and all that. So I was trying to take care of her, like, oh, I got this. We're gonna find out. We're gonna have our son. And then Mr. Mwamba, during that process, I just saw a small boy passing. He looked at my wife and said, are you Abel's mother? And she said, yes. And this boy said, Abel was shot.
Oh my.
And at that moment, I felt like somebody has poured like just like ice on me. But you know, we are men. We need to be strong sometimes, even when things are not right, because there's a life again that we need to protect. I needed to protect my partner. I needed to comfort her. So she just started weeping there, and I said, it's gonna be all right. Where was he shot? Said he was shot by the hand and all that. Oh, it was just something else. So we left that area, and we tried to talk to the officers. Of course, we didn't tell them what we heard from the boy. We stayed there until 6 p.m. Nothing was happening, and that is 18 hours, 19 hours. Then I just went to the officers that were there and asked them, like, who is in charge over here? And you know, the RCMP, the police here, they are well trained and they are professionals. So they were calm, and they said, okay, our supervisor is this one, the man in charge. I went to him. I talked to him that, sir, we need help. We need answers. We haven't seen our son. And you guys, you have the information, because they are the ones that went there to rescue them. So you must have the information. Mr. Mwamba, even when I was asking these questions, I knew within me that my son is alive. He's alive somewhere. He can never be dead. He
very
can't
hopeful.
die this time. I was really hopeful. If there was a person around us who was hopeful that Abel was still alive, it was me. I never thought our son could go this soon. I was not in denial, but that's a fact. That's what I knew, because so we asked this officer and he said, no, give me your details and I'll get back to you. You can go home and then we'll get back to you. So I said, officer, there's something that I know. I know somebody told me that my son was shot. That he knew that at least I had some information. So yeah, he relaxed a bit and he paid so much attention to me. I said, yeah, I know. So just give us that information. Then he said, okay, just go home. We'll communicate to you because we have your numbers. So I said, officer, I've got one question. I just want to ask one question. And when you answer this question, whatever you're going to say, I'm going to do it. I promise. If you are the one in this situation and somebody passed by and tell you that your son was shot, are you going to walk home freely or you are going to wait and demand for an answer? Then he looked at me and he was so touched. He said, give me 5 minutes. What's your name again? He got my name and he drove out. He went to the hospital to go and check. He checked there. There was no casualty by the name of Abel Mwamba. And sir, I started worrying. He said, your name is not, your son is not there. So I asked him, because there were a number of kids that was evacuated by the helicopter to other hospitals where there are like good equipments. So I said, what about those that were evacuated? Do you have that information? He said, give me time. I need to go back. He went back, and this was the most stressful moment. It was the most difficult moment for us. And Mr. Mwamba, he left. And of course, as he promised, he came back. He said, I don't have any information about the people that was evacuated. But the sergeant is coming from Prince George, which is another district, and they'll be here. They are already here. They'll come and attend to you, and they are the ones who are going to give you the answers that you need. And we felt a little bit not relieved, but at least we're going to have answers. We waited until 11 p.m. They came. The man we are waiting for came, and he distributed the business card spaced, introduced himself, very gentleman, very professional. He said,
At
we
that stage,
know you are what-"
Pastor, how many were waiting? Is it just you and your wife, or there were other family, there were other expectant parents as well?
They were, we were, the parents that were very concerned, the families that were concerned, very concerned. We were the three of us. There was a colleague that I know, a lady. She was there waiting for the daughter, and she didn't know where the daughter was. There was me. There was another person. The three of us, and these three of us, we have people that accompanied us. Like me, I was accompanied by my pastor over here. The church where I go to over here, the pastor was there, the wife was there, and other well wishers were there to comfort us. And this other group, they were there. So we were like, we were like a good number, maybe 20 or 30 people, over there. But there were only like 3 families that were fully like affected. 3 or 4 families over there. So I was not the only one. So now we were given the business card, and the man said, we don't have information concerning your beloved ones, your children. But once we get the information, we'll get back to you by phone. We'll call you and we'll tell you any information that we get. So you can go home. So everybody asked the question and commented. I raised my hand. I said, sir, thank you so much for coming. But let's take, for instance, how long is it going to take? He said, it's going to take 2 or 3 days for you to know what's going on over here. So I said, no, sir, you need to help us, because we did not come to report a missing person. We are talking about the shooting that happened in an enclosed area, which is the school. Inside the school, this school is enclosed. So everything happened inside there. You have the information. Just tell us, and we are ready for anything. Because we know you are not the causer of this. We know you are just helping us. So we need the answers, sir. So he looked, he said, okay, I'll be coming. He went back, he came back again, he said the same thing. You guys go home. We said, we cannot go home. We'll stay here. So he said, okay, just give me time. Again, he left. And then he came back around midnight with his group. And when they came, one lady walked to my pastor and told them that let everyone, let the person that you are here with, who is waiting for the child, let them have like maybe a drink or something, because they need sugar in their body. And even though somebody handed to me a bottle of soft drink so that I can have at least some sugar in my body, I knew that my son is still alive. So we took some sugar, and the first family went in there. They called the name, went in there. She came out weeping. She came out crying because she was told that the daughter is gone. They called 2 other families. Those other families, they knew that their children were dead, so they were not even there. And then they called another one. They knew that the child was evacuated to Vancouver. And then they called me. Of course, I worked with people helping me. This time around, I was so much exhausted. I was tired. I didn't know what to do. We went in there, and the man, of course, said, of course, some news for you. Are you Abel? I said, yes, I'm Abel. Is your son Abel? Then he said, I'm so sorry. Your son was killed in today's shooting. At this time, Mr. Mwamba, a thought came on how I loved my son, how I loved my family, the things that we are doing, the plans that we had with my son, what he said the day before. I was just broken. And I said to him, thank you. That's how we left. So that's what happened, Mr. Mwamba.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dear viewers, we are hosting Pastor Abel Mwamba, who lives in Canada. You are aware there was worldwide news that on February 10th, 2026, there was a mass shooting that occurred in a small mining town of Tambler Ridge in British Columbia, resulting in the deaths of 8 victims. Abel, the son to Pastor Abel Mwamba Jr., is among the victims. And Pastor Mwamba is just telling us and recounting the tragedy. After, as you have seen, after they wait from 14 hours up to well after midnight when they received the message. Since then, first, this tragedy was horrific, of course, as we've seen in news pieces across the world, in major news articles here. What has happened since then? And I understand you are making preparations to take Abel Mwamba Jr. home because you want him buried home. But before we go there, let me just play this small video.
Hey, Chairman, what are you waiting there?
Huh?
What are you waiting for?
Food.
What food are you going to have?
I don't know.
You didn't order.
I was not here.
But you didn't tell me what to order for you?
I told you.
What's that?
I don't know.
You just pointed?
Yeah.
So where is this place?
It's a restaurant.
Okay. What's that? Looks like a golf club.
Yeah. But there's no golfing.
What a wonderful boy, wonderful. And you seem to have had a very good father-son relationship. Sometimes, current parents miss where they are distant with their children, but you were very good friends with your son. Tell us since then what has happened, and walk us through the preparations that you are making to take Abel Mwamba back to Lusaka. Is he going to be buried in Lusaka, in Kitwe, or where will he be buried? But tell us since the loss, what has happened and where we are now.
Mr. Mwamba, losing a son like Abel is a tragedy. We are so devastated as a family. I told one reporter, I said, we can be the 10 of us, and all of us like lose one child, like each one of us. The pain will not be the same. The pain always depends on the relationship that you built with your kids. I invested so much in my son. I taught him how to live with people. I taught him how to love. I taught him how to laugh too. I taught him how to respect elders, and I saw him walking that path. And the relationship that we had is that like of twins. Like it was so much that I couldn't even understand. Sometimes I'm getting a little bit comforted when I look at the relationship. Sometimes I'm thinking I did what I could as a parent. I gave him the better education. My son was not lacking anything. Whatever my son asked, I used to give them, because these are the things that I did not have, and I did not want my son, my kids, my children to go through what I went through. So the relationship that we built was so strong that I cannot even explain it. And my son was so wise. He was a wise boy. You heard in that video, I called him chairman. The reason I call him chairman is that he used to preside over some things here in our home. Like if things are not going right, he would tell us, "Oh, this one should go over this way. Dad, why can't you do these things in this way?" And this was a small boy. So to me, he was a small boy. He was a grown-up boy living in a small body. He was a brilliant boy, and he had like brilliant plans and ideas. Now, coming to the issue of burial and everything, we are going to bring the body back to Zambia, and we will fly up to Ndola there. Then we go to Kitwe. The funeral home will be announced where the funeral is going to be held, and then we'll bury at the Nkana East graveyard. But these are the things that I'll tell you, Mr. Mwamba, when we get there, because we are working on the paperwork right now, and the paperwork, like for repatriating the body, is so complex. But we are in touch with the Zambia High Commissioner to Canada, His Excellency. We are with him. We are in touch. Even the first secretary to the consulate, we are always in touch. They are very good people. And also where I work there, like the president of the company is so helping us. So we are working on these things. And tomorrow I'll fly to where my son is, the body of my son is. I'll fly over there to take some few things, and also just to see him. So everything is underway. We are preparing. It's just a matter of documentation. Like it's back and forth. They write, you write to them. They write, you confirm. You do this. They request things, and right now there are things that I need to do, that I need to get from Zambia and take to the funeral home and all that. So we are working on the paperwork. But if the paperwork gets ready today, tomorrow we are ready to travel back to Zambia. If the paperwork comes like even after 3 days, 5 days, 1 week, we are ready to travel to Zambia. It's just a matter of paperwork and getting the certificate of repatriation from Ministry of Health from Zambia.
True. I know repatriating a body from a foreign land to the country is a bit laborious. I was privileged to have been ambassador, and I usually would ensure that the paperwork was done quickly. But also there's that financial obligation. It's very expensive to repatriate the remains, the mortal remains of the late person, the person that has passed on, of the beloved ones. Let's move to celebrating the life of Abel Mwamba Jr. And the lessons is left with you. But let's start with your wife and his sister. It has obviously impacted on them very, very hard. But as a family, praying family, you look like you have, the tragedy is difficult, but, I think you are trusting the Lord. Just tell us about the mother to Abel, how she has taken it, and the little sister.
What I can start with, Mr. Mwamba, is that with the little sister, it is difficult even now, because when the brother passed on, we sat her down and we said, Abel is dead, and you are not going to see him again until the coming of our Lord Jesus. Of course, she asked, when is Jesus coming? I said, I don't know, but you are not going to see the brother. So we did that because we don't want to start dealing with something that we should have dealt with right now. So we told her, and she was just crying. So from the time that the brother died, she has never been home. She doesn't want even to be here. She doesn't want to be here. She wants to be with other, like the friends and all that. And we have allowed it to happen that way. But yesterday she came and she visited a little bit, and she played a little bit with the little brother and all that. But we are trying to deal with that and make understand that indeed the brother is not going to be here. And for the mother, it's so difficult, Mr. Mwamba. The connection that mothers have with their children is totally different from us men. And us men, the way God has created us, we are so strong. We are emotionally strong. We can hold up our tears and, of course, cry in the corner. But it's so difficult with my wife. It's indeed difficult. It's really, really hard. It's really hard. But with the help of the Zambian community, of people that are talking to her, communicating to her, and all that, we've got few people that are talking to her, dropping by our place. But it is really a difficult time. But there are a few things that we've discovered that are helping us, like to heal quickly and also to keep our focus away from what is around. Is when we see the comments that people are making, we see the videos, we see people are sharing the videos. Right now, like she was just telling me that look, even that one has posted our son. When we open we go to the TV, we see our son is on CNN, is on CBC. We see our son on CTV. We see our son on these different, on radio, they are talking about him. And that's a little bit giving us comfort. But Mr. Mwamba, I can tell you it is really hard. But that's the most important thing is to have God in you. We are also comforting ourselves because the only issue that we have as a human being is this. What we know is that when somebody is born, of course, they have to live 80, above 100. That's what we call long life. But my understanding, when you look at when you look around the life of Jesus, our Savior, only lived for 33 years old, and his assignment was done. So we believe our son has done his purpose and his assignment here on earth, and we are proud of that because we don't know the mind of God. Nobody knows the mind of God. There are some people that God has sent here just for 4 years. They are done with their assignment. Therefore, they had no reason to live. So we believe our son has done his assignment here on earth. And the assignment was to make us proud, was to make other people proud. It was to be an example of how a good kid can be. He was such a wonderful kid. He was such a wonderful child, very loving, listening, humble, and he was so focused. Of course, he had the plans that he wanted to be an engineer, a scientist, a soccer player, or even sing so that the nation can hear his voice. But as at now, we are slowly healing, and your prayers, all of you are praying for us from Zambia, Canada, US, and everywhere. We are so grateful for your prayers. They are really working. They are keeping us strong. So the faith in our Lord Jesus is also keeping us well, and we are trying, Mr. Mwamba.
Thank you very much. No, indeed, Abel Jr. is a hero and, a heroic father like you. I saw the support that you've had from the community in Tambler Ridge. They seem to have come together. In fact, the tragedy seems to have brought the community together. Just tell us briefly about that.
Yeah, the most what this tragedy has done has brought like everyone together. We had all the opposition leaders and the prime minister of this land holding hands together, praying, holding hands together, and talking, not talking politics, but talking about what happens and how they will support the families and standing with the families in this trying moment. And that's what we want to see, even back home. We want to see like everyone united. People here in Tambler Ridge, they are so united. They are so good people. They are bringing things even at our place. I can tell you, Mr. Mwamba, the funerals here in this part of the world is totally different from where we are coming from. I have had 3 of my neighbors die, and it took me 5 months to find out that they are dead. Because once they die, it's you and it's just yourself. You go, you take the body, you go and bury just one person. You don't even allow other people to know about that. You don't even allow other people like to mourn with you. That's the way it is here. It's just by yourself. You and your family, you and your wife. So if it is in my case, it was supposed to be me and my wife in the house. But this time around, it's totally different. It's on that I didn't allow like the journalists who came like to do anything. Our driveway, the road was crossed, full of vehicles. The house was filled with people, and all the rooms in this house, like upstairs, downstairs, were filled with people, and people are sleeping here. Such that has never happened here in Tambler Ridge, or I can say particularly in Canada. That's what we have seen with our. Even right now, as I'm speaking, we've got people upstairs there who are helping my wife, and they are checking on her. So there is excellent support from the community, excellent support from the Zambian community. The High Commissioner is always sending messages of condolences and calling us, which is so beautiful. So we have been helped, and people are really helping us, and people are mourning with us, and people are praying for us.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Dear viewers, we will not hold Pastor Abel Mwamba for long, but we'll ask you to call, pass your condolences, give him words of encouragement. The matter we are discussing today is that on February 10th, 2026, a mass shooting occurred in the small mining town of Tambler Ridge in British Columbia, resulting in the death of 8 victims. Among them was a Zambian national, a young hero, Abel Mwamba Jr. And today we are speaking to his father. You must have seen the picture of Abel Mwamba Jr. across the world. I think is the only picture of a Zambian I've seen across all major networks across the world. And Abel Mwamba is a hero even in death. We will allow you to call or even ask. For many people, who go through tragedy, don't know how to handle the tragedy. I don't know what lessons we can learn from Pastor Abel Mwamba Sr. He's been a solid pillar for his family and the community. And he has stood because of the love he had for his son, Abel Mwamba Jr. Despite the tragedy, he's already celebrating his life. So please call. Let's hear from you before we release Pastor Abel Mwamba. As you've heard from him already, even right now, there are people that have traveled to their home to encourage them, to encourage his wife, and there are other family members that have taken their daughter, to be with them so that they take the daughter away from the tragedy. So the lines are open as we listen. You call any questions or contribution to this tragedy. Thank you very much.
Hey, Chairman. What are you waiting there?
Huh?
What are you waiting for?
Food.
What food are you going to have?
I don't know.
You didn't order.
I was not here.
But you didn't tell me what to order for you?
I told you.
What's that?
I don't know.
You just pointed?
Yeah.
So where is this place?
It's a restaurant.
Okay. What's that? Looks like a golf club.
Yeah. But there's no golfing.
We are hosting Pastor Abel Mwamba, who lost his son, 12-year-old Abel Jr. Abel Mwansa's motto remains, will be repatriated to Zambia through Kitwe and will be buried in Kitwe. But preparations are currently underway. And Pastor Abel Mwamba will let us know when they are ready. If you have any words of encouragement, any matter of encouragement or question, you can ask Pastor Abel Mwamba before I let him go. Pastor, you were telling us about your son and how you brought him up in an African way. One, to respect elders. Number two, you were very insistent that he should wear a smile. Why were these attributes very important to you to impart in your son?
Mr. Mwamba, when I look at my life, people have really helped me even when I was a kid. I remember when my father died in 1995, I was only 8 years old. And at the funeral, I could hear people say, we are going to go with Abel because he's well behaved, because he doesn't cry when we take him. Everybody wanted to go with me. Everybody loved me. And even when I grow up, I've received a lot of help from people who doesn't know me. People have told me that there are job opportunities this side when I was back there in Zambia. The people that I don't know, but I just connected with them. So, you know, a good name is better than riches. We get that in the Bible. So I wanted my son to go that way. And also to put a smile on the face, like I always been saying, because smiling also brings healing to the body. We need to smile. It's not everything that can go by the way of medicine. And also, I wanted him to be brought up in an African way. You know, in an African way, we are always taught to respect elders. We are always taught to be humble. We are always taught to be helpful. So that's where I got all these attributes, and I wanted my son to walk in that path. And I saw him walking in that path.
Ministry. I know you have a commercial a job now, but are you still practicing ministry?
Yes, I do. But the way it is, like when you get a job over here, they'll give you a permit, and the permit will allow you to do a specific job. So I am a pastor, but I'm not allowed to get a job here as a pastor. So I do what I do. But if there is a need at the church where I am, I can volunteer. Like I do volunteer, I do preach at our church over here, which is New Life Assembly. I do go there and preach. The pastor gives me the platform to preach most of the time to help the youth and all that. So you can help. You can help. You can preach on delegation, not a full-time job. So that's what's happening right now. And I do lots of online discussion with people, like back home, Zambia, and over here we do talk. So ministry is still going, but even though like it's not special like from here, so I can do voluntary work concerning ministry, but I cannot be employed by a church as a pastor here. And I cannot also like plant a church until my status changes over here.
Okay. No, that makes sense. On the other family members that lost their children, has anyone put you together to share the grief, or how is it being done?
On some few days ago, the Prime Minister was here, Makani, so we had the privilege of meeting him. It was just him and the opposition leaders and the people that have lost. So we had time to meet and grieve together in that room and hug each other and explain to each other like how share with each other like how are we coping up, what is helping us like to stand. Of course, I explained that like God is the one that is helping me to stand, and also we know that He has done His purpose here on earth. So we are in total communication with the people that have lost. We are communicating, we are grieving together, and we are checking on one another every day. And also to the people that are in the hospital, we've got two that were hospitalized. We are communicating with them, and one of them I connected them to the Zambian pastor that I know who are already here in Canada. So our pastors are also checking on those families who are in hospitals. And I just heard, I don't know how true is it, but I saw it on social media that one of them has been discharged.
Thank you, Pastor. Let's take a few phone calls before we let you go. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
My name's Rabbi Lombe Koka. I'm calling from Lusaka.
Oh, Rabbi Lombe, thank you very much for calling. Please tell us your contribution.
First of all, on behalf of all the parents and on behalf of the pastors, us people in the field of the Father, I would like to sincerely send my condolences to Pastor and his family. You know, in the Hebrew culture, when a boy becomes 12 years old, he becomes a man. He begins to prepare to take his father's name, and to lose a young man is a lot of pain, especially to the father who sees a reflection of him in himself. And so Bamwansa, Lesa, Amisonge, we are really, really grieving with you. And we are very, very saddened that a young boy like that can be taken in such a manner, you know. And God doesn't apportion those things for us. But when grief comes, I remember when I was young, I read a book, Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People? And sometimes these things, we can't explain them. But what we can pray for you is that God may keep you. And also to pray with you that you will no longer have premature deaths around you. And the remaining children are the ones that will bury you. You will never again bury your children. And we speak life in your pain. We speak life in your walk. And no one can strengthen you apart from God in heaven and Yeshua, who shed his blood for us. And so we mourn with you in Zambia. And we want to thank you, Emmanuel, for hosting you, that we can share the grief that we are terribly taken aback in Zambia. And we are very much interested in the lives of the people in the diaspora. They're just an extension of us. And so our condolences. And thank you very much, Mwamba. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you too. Thank you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Dr. David Kajila. As you know, Ambassador, I'm based here in Ontario, Canada. And,
yes, Doc. Good day. Thank you very much. And yeah, please proceed.
Thank you. Vaebo mwane twena kusanchiranka mbomba wena kumpa nguvu ya kuwa withstand this type of situation. And I thank you for your courage. As a parent myself who immigrated to Canada like you more than 25 years ago, a young family coming to a strange, to a foreign land, adjusting and all that, and just to end up with this situation on your hands, hardly 3 years into your life here as a family. It's tough. But one thing, I could go on talking about how sad the situation is, but I think for me, what really strikes me is that the way you handled yourself, the way you've dealt with this calamity, you are a witness for the Lord in this situation. And as you've correctly put it, the Lord gives us and he takes away. And it's only him who knows why he gives us what we have and why he takes us, takes him or any of this gift from us. He is all-knowing. But he also provides you with the strength to deal with this situation, because for the sake of Abel, he wants you to be strong. He wants you to continue. And I think you're doing a marvelous job. We'll continue to uphold you in prayer. And whatever support you need, I'm here. After Mwamba can give you my number so that we are in touch. But I just want to say that Abel's life in this short time here in Canada has united the country. And as you correctly put it, even the Prime Minister and Mark Carney and Poilievre, the opposition leader, I've never seen them holding hands the way they did in that scenario. So his death has united this country, and I think is uniting even people at home. And I want to resonate the point you made, that we wish we could see such unity even back home. Let not politics divide us, but put us together. When things go wrong, we lose somebody, we should not be quarreling, but we should be standing up. And Abel, the young man, has demonstrated to all of us that this is possible. Again, God bless you as you continue to take him home and let him rest. Please, God go with you. Asante Mwana.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ambassador, for this opportunity.
Dr. Kajila, I will pass Pastor Abel's number to you
Yes.
so that you can pick up the conversation from there. Especially you are nailed in the community in Canada. It's very important, I think, that you continue to encourage him and work with him through this crisis. So far, of course, many people have done. Thank you, Dr. Kajila. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, indeed, the life of Abel, as stated by Dr. Kajila, has united Canada. Why can't it unite our country? Abel has united the communities in Canada. Like Pastor Abel Mwamba himself says, in a rare demonstration of national unity, the Canadian Prime Minister, Mark Carney, and of official opposition leader Pierre Poilievre held hands during a candlelight vigil that was held on Friday, February 13th. The vigil honored the victims of the school shooting in Tambler Ridge, British Columbia, including the life of Abel Mwamba. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba. This is Lilian Mutambo.
My dear sister, good evening.
Good evening. I'm calling from the UK. Just here to wish condolences to Pastor Abel. It's not an easy situation for you, sir, but we are all just rallying behind you here in the UK. We are standing by you, and my sincere condolences to your wife, the children. Having lived in the diaspora for many years, this is not the news any parent should ever receive. We receive phone calls for children having headache at school, and you're already panicking. But to just listen to your testimony, how you were brave, I honestly feel we shouldn't just honor Abel with posts, but we need to form a foundation that will live on with his memory. and also a website. And I would also like to encourage everybody that is listening that there's a GoFundMe website. I've shared it on my page. Pastor Abel has shared it by Emmanuel Mwamba. I would encourage you to also share it so that people can donate to the family.
Oh, please send it to me. Please send it to me. Pastor Abel is so gracious. He might not even tell you about those things,
Yeah,
So
it was
please
done
send
by
it to me that I can share it. And just after your course, share it to me that I can quickly urge our viewers also to make contribution, because this is a huge burden.
Yes, yeah. It was actually made by his friend from Nigeria, and to be honest, I've seen the messages even from the community of Africans, who are there, and they are just all in shock. The devil struck, but we have earned you as our family. We never knew you, but through this tragedy, we now know you. I just pray that you continue being encouraged, and also encouraged others who lost their children. More so, the young girl Maya that is in hospital. That's our hero that we can look up to say we have a survivor. I'm just offering my condolences and praying for you. Honestly, I have no words, Pastor, to even tell you, but just to encourage you to say it is well, it is well, it is well. Only God knows best. What you've experienced, I can't even imagine on your behalf. And, looking at your family pictures, this is a stable family. You are living your own life, quiet life in Tambler, Canada. And then such happens. I can't even imagine. But as a pastor, take this as it is God's will, and you will encourage many, many through Abel's life. So, Pastor, please, my regards to your wife, Bwalia, and your daughter and your son, and just know that the whole, community of the Zambians in the UK, they are behind you. Everyone is just, in show. We feel like we are close to you. If we had the chance, we would come immediately. But just know that many of us are praying for you. People in Zambia, people are sending messages all over. They are really, really touched by this demise. May God bless you, and continue in the love of the Lord. Your courage. There's actually a video, the one that you shared, that's on TikTok, CBN. The video is actually 7 million views. It's unfortunate they did not allow comments there, but I'm sure people all over the world, they are touched, because this is a child you raised to be respectful, to honor parents, to honor elders. And that particular day of his demise, he was supposed to be in church. Look at the way you've raised him. In the diaspora, it's quite rare for children to be so much into church. The lifestyles, they are quite different. People forget their God, but you played your part. And for that, other parents will also learn to raise their children the godly way. May God bless you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lily, and thank you for those words of encouragement to Pastor Abel. And please send me the GoFund. I quickly put it up. Thank you.
In Prince George or Vancouver, it never crossed in my mind that my son is dead. So we went into the room, and I saw this man, very good looking, well dressed in a suit, a blue suit. He turned to me and he said, "Are you Abel Mwamba?" I said, "Yes." "Is your son Abel Mwamba also?" I said, "Yeah, that's my son." And he said, "I'm afraid." And he said, "I'm afraid your son was killed in today's shooting." I just looked at him. The one word that I said is thank you. And he was a smiling boy. Whenever you see Abel, you see a smile. He was identified by his beautiful smile. He loved everybody. He used to turn enemies into friends. That's the kind of a boy he was. You know, Abel, even in his life, he was always thinking about others. Because even when, as the father, give him something like money, he'll go and buy food and bring to us so that we can eat all. When the snow falls and I'm at work, the driveway will always be clean. The back of the house will always be clean. The walkway, you just go out. When I come here, Abel, don't do this. You just have to, it's cold outside. And he was like, Dad, I love doing this. So Abel was a very ambitious child. He's a child that did not believe in failure. That's the way I brought him up. He was so respectful to elders. I told him, everyone that you see who is above your age is your parent. Respect them as much as you respect us. He had a plan of becoming like a professional footballer. And when we came here, we found out that there are soccer teams and all that, so he joined. And then he had a very good coach who was coaching him, and then he started playing soccer, and he was very good at it. That boy. The only thing that I can say to my son is that he has made us proud. And even though he's dead, yes, we are grieving. Son, we love you. We will forever miss you. And thank you, my son, for the 12 years and few months that you've spent with us. And thank you for listening to me and your dad. That's all I can say. See you when Jesus comes.
The life of Abel is uniting communities across the world. In Canada, where this tragedy occurred, you must have seen on national television that there was a rare display of national unity where the Canadian Prime Minister, Mark Carney, and official opposition leader, Pierre Poilievre, joined hands during the vigil that was held on February 13th, in memory of Abel and the other 8 that died in this tragedy. We'll be letting Pastor Abel go. But Pastor, just react to the messages of strength from our dear sister Lombe. She's a rabbi, from Dr. Kajila and from Lillian Mutambo from the UK, and their words of encouragement. I like what has been proposed by Lillian. The Abel's face is across the world. Really, you can use that opportunity. I think after the tragedy, after you've put him to rest, come and think about it. I think you might need to sit with some colleagues like Dr. Kajila and others, and like they were saying, form a foundation in memory of Abel Mwansa. This can deal with, I think, grief for parents, people that have been affected. The mass shooting are so widespread here in the US. You don't know when you send to school your child if they will come well alive. There is, I think, something you can do around the life of Abel, but it's just something we are all thinking actively. But I think when you put him to rest, you might have to think about this, because his face is across the world. He's a force of good. But anyway, react to those. Then I'll invite you to come and make closing remarks, and then an announcement to Zambia. Thank you, Pastor. Make your remarks.
Yeah, I'll start with Dr. Gajira. Thank you so much. Atweba twamba nkambo apeshe for those words. Thank you so much, Dr. Kajira. I speak a little bit of Kaonde and understand Kaonde. I'm so grateful for the encouragement and for your words. Indeed, our son has united people, has brought people together. Even me and Mr. Mwamba, I just used to saw your post, and I was just sneaking in and check what you posted day by day, because I was really encouraged by your words. Thank you so much for those words of encouragement. And to our rabbi, I agree with you. I agree with you. You know, our child was so precious, was so wonderful, and thank you so much for the prayer that you've offered, and it is your prayers that are strengthening us day and night. I know even the people that are not here, some of them are even listening. I know that you love us. I know that you are praying for us, and that's why we are even standing strong here. It's not that I'm strong. I'm not strong by myself. I am weak. It's only your prayer and the Spirit of God that is really helping us. Now, coming to our sister Lily Mtambo, thank you so much, my sister. I love you so much. I've been following you like for years now. You just don't know. I'm always in the background checking what is coming. And thank you so much for the brilliant idea that you've come from. There are people who came yesterday to me, the corporates and all that. They came to me, corporates and companies. They asked me that, what should we do to honor your son? I didn't know what to say. I told them that I'll get back to you as soon as I get information on what you should do to honor my son. I think, Lady Mutambo, the Lord led you to bring up this one, my sister. I'll take it up from there. And thank you so much for your words of encouragement and everything.
Yeah, Pastor, it looks like there's a last caller here. They keep on. Let's just hear. Hello, caller. Please
Okay.
tell us your name and where you are calling us from before we let Pastor Abel leave.
Okay, I'm calling from Zambia, Copper Tikitwe.
Thank you.
My name is Didi. Pastor Abel, condolences. Nudu achimona pa Facebook. Ilo bachisa posta kuri Lilian Mutambo. Ekikonko kyakisaipe kulamba kyakisapona. Okuba ku byalo bya bene family iri okutali eri omwana w'omufatinaafwa buli bweka ilomfwisha obubi okumfwisha obubi sana bamwamba kuba lonely walafu ya family iri okutali ifyo ndekoselesha kuti bapasta n'abatulanga okukipa n'okuba okuba tibalisumina muri kristo ng'omupusushi wabo ilo bapokelele babebera tumwana naafwa tabayiposa ikiri okuba tibalile ikirire lile balilile ng'omuntu wapokelela kristo na kristo yowine ewaba abasungirira n'okwisa leeta omwana muno mukopa beoti kulubali lwanji tulelo okuba titukamonya omubiri wa mwana natuushi bati omwana kesalala pankanaist memorial park lesa abakingiriro yowine omutima bakwete owakushipa nabamayo babwaja ewo bakwate mpaka bakenda omutendera okuleeta omwana aliripa lwale baleetere efisuma akwete okukulira mu nsi y'eisuma ng'efini bandati abaana ku kyalo balonayika batye n'omwana ali muri kristo ali mu kukita efisuma lesa abe naimwe lesa amisunge mukwate okushipa ng'efini mwaba bapasitero ekintu kyayisa mwakipokelela imwe nimwe mwatulanga n'okuba ati pasita fuye okuba efi watotera bapasita lesa abe naimwe.
Thank you, Mayo. Thank you. Mwewe na kitwe. Mufire mwaikatana mukamunefyo mukalosha uyu mwana akafikirila kukitwe. Pastor, please offer your last words before we let you go. And thank you for spending so much time with us. And I hope that the Zambian community can pick up this baton and do what the Canadians have done.
Yeah, thank you so much, our people from Zambia and diaspora. I really appreciate for what you are doing. I've got a lot of people that have sent some donations to me, direct to me, like into my account. and I received all those money, and there are so many that some of you have not like responded to you, like sending the messages that I've received, but just know that your contribution have been received by me. Yeah, so I really appreciate for that. And the Bible always tells us to say, blessed is he that goes to the place where they are mourning than to the place where they are merry. So thank you so much. If you come and you just leave the message of condolences, that is means you are mourning with us. If you pray for us, even in absence, it means you are in the house of mourning, you are mourning with us. And like I said, it is your prayers that are strengthening us. It is your prayers that are strengthening me. Yes, I know I'm a pastor, but even pastors sometimes break down. I am an encourager. I've been encouraging people for years, but sometimes even the encourager needs encouragement from you people like you have encouraged me. It is your words that have even kept us standing like this. So once again, thank you so much. When we are close to bring the body of our beloved son, I'll let you know through the same podcast. I think Mr. Mwamba, we should prepare something again where I'll just
Yes.
give like a lineup concerning how the program will be done and where the funeral will be held, and everything. The program will be posted here, and also our system Tambler will help us, and Dr. Kajira and everyone that is listening can help us like spread that information. So I'll come back here and I'll tell you how far we've gone. But right now we are just working on the documentation to repatriate the body of our beloved son. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. I'm so grateful for what you're doing. You are beautiful people. I did not been you people over there, this burden would have crushed us. But thank you. You've
Before
helped
you
us
go,
to lift
Pastor,
the burden.
the Go Fund that has been set up, has it been set up by you? Do you just speak to the Go Fund?
Okay, so the GoFund, there's a person that there are two people that are authorized to do the GoFund. One is starting with Uche Flank. Uche Flank is a brother over here. He's a paramedic. He's always checking up on us. They are always here with the wife. They live sometimes maybe at 22 hours, 23 hours. That's when they leave our house. They are always with us. So if you see Uche Frank, that one is the authorized one. So it's Uche Frank, then there's Abel, something like that. That's one is just know that I've authorized that one. Then there's also another one which is a little bit different. It was formed by Andrew Ola. Andrew Ola is also a brother. We are with him here. So there are two GoFund accounts that we are using. So I'd already sent to Mr. Aka for people who are in the US. I sent to Mr. Aka the one that was that has got the name like Andrew and then Abel. So if you see Uche Frank and Abel, and you see Andrew Ola and Abel, those are two authorized ones. Thank you.
Thank you. I was actually checking the one that has been sent by Lily is the authorized one by Frank Amadi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Frank.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. No, thank you very much,
in
Pastor.
direct contact.
We'll wait when you are ready. I'll be on standby, even at short notice. This is social media. Even at short notice, when you have a breakthrough and the program is set out and is ready, we'll be ready to give you an opportunity for you to air those views and the notices. So thank you very much, and God bless you. I would like to thank the Zambian community led by His Excellency, the High Commissioner Shepande in Canada, who was among those that held the vigil for the Zambian community for Pastor Abel Mwamba, and for everyone that has been involved in his life. I'm sharing the GoFund, the authorized one by Frank Amadi, as he has explained. There are two GoFunds that he has authorized where you can make contributions to repatriate the remains of the young man Abel Mwamba, and to hold the funeral back home in Zambia, in Kitwe. And I hope that authorities in Zambia will pick up this issue. So Pastor Abel Mwamba, God bless you. We'll speak to you later. And we celebrate the life of Abel Mwamba Jr.
I had hoped that my son must be in a hospital somewhere in Prince George or Vancouver. It never crossed in my mind that my son is dead. So we went into the room and I saw this man, very good looking, well dressed in a suit, a blue suit. He turned to me and he said, "Are you Abel Mwamba?" I said, "Yes." "Is your son Abel Mwamba also?" I said, "Yeah, that's my son." And he said, "I'm afraid." And he said, "I'm afraid your son was killed in today's shooting." I just looked at him. The one word that I said is thank you. And he was a smiling boy. Whenever you see Abel, you see a smile. He was identified by his beautiful smile. He loved everybody. He used to turn enemies into friends. That's the kind of a boy he was. You know, Abel, even in his life, he was always thinking about others. Because even when, as a father, give him something like money, he'll go and buy food and bring to us so that we can eat all. When the snow falls and I'm at work, the driveway will always be clean. The back of the house will always be clean. The walkway, you just go out. When I come here, "Abel, don't do this. You just have to, it's cold outside." And he was like, "Dad, I love doing this." So Abel was a very ambitious child. He's a child that did not believe in failure. That's the way I brought him up. He was so respectful to elders. I told him, everyone that you see who is above your age is your parent. Respect them as much as you respect us. He had a plan of becoming like a professional footballer. And when we came here, we found out that there are soccer teams and all that, so he joined. And then he had a very good coach who was coaching him, and then he started playing soccer, and he was very good at it. That boy. The only thing that I can say to my son is that he has made us proud. And even though he's dead, yes, we are grieving. Son, we love you. We will forever miss you. And thank you, my son, for the 12 years and few months that you've spent with us. And thank you for listening to me and your dad. That's all I can say. See you when Jesus comes. Hey, Chairman. What are you waiting there?
Huh?
What are you waiting for? What food are you going to have?
I don't know.
You didn't order.
I was not here.
But did you tell me what to order for you?
I told you.
What's that?
I don't know.
You just pointed?
Yeah.
So where is this place?
It's a restaurant.
Okay. What's that? Looks like a golf club.
Yeah. But there's no golfing.
I had hoped that my son must be in a hospital somewhere in Prince George or Vancouver. It never crossed in my mind that my son is dead. So we went into the room, and I saw this man, very good looking, well dressed in a suit, a blue suit. He turned to me and he said, "Are you Abel Mwamba?" I said, "Yes." "Is your son Abel Mwamba also?" I said, "Yeah, that's my son." And he said, "I'm afraid." And he said, "I'm afraid your son was killed in today's shooting." I just looked at him. The one word that I said is thank you. And he was a smiling boy. Whenever you see Abel, you see a smile. He was identified by his beautiful smile. He loved everybody. He used to turn enemies into friends. That's the kind of a boy he was. You know, Abel, even in his life, he was always thinking about others. Because even when, as a father, give him something like money, he'll go and buy food and bring to us so that we can eat all. When the snow falls and I'm at work, the driveway will always be clean. The back of the house will always be clean. The walkway, you just go out. When I come here, "Abel, don't do this. You just have to, it's cold outside." And he was like, "Dad, I love doing this." So Abel was a very ambitious child. He's a child that did not believe in failure. That's the way I brought him up. He was so respectful to elders. I told him, everyone that you see who is above your age is your parent. Respect them as much as you respect us. He had a plan of becoming like a professional footballer. And when we came here, we found out that there are soccer teams and all that, so he joined. And then he had a very good coach who was coaching him, and then he started playing soccer, and he was very good at it. That boy. The only thing that I can say to my son is that he has made us proud. And even though he's dead, yes, we are grieving. Son, we love you. We will forever miss you. And thank you, my son, for the 12 years and few months that you've spent with us. And thank you for listening to me and your dad. That's all I can say. See you when Jesus comes.
Pamitapendwa ya vintu ifisume vyote kula kuibukisha Tana depotimo Wimbo wa temenu wa katongi Awazunga watita katongi Nakula kuibukisha kateka Kaibuku muna kapona Neseko siove pamenso Yangu ama umebaya Kiyaba Kiyaba ume Kiyaba ume Kiyaba
Kateka wabantu Twakulira lelo twakulira Shika kukonke milimo shove
Ale filamba Fiena minta pengo sile Deti kume mo pulondolo la vale Lilo wingi
Iseko wingi mwakwete Iseko wingi mwakwete Mwaya Mwende wino tata wesu
Katushi muchi wakege Mwali kila vifuemo vingi tuala baba dinotiwe nangu tulalaba utituala baba nangu tulalaba mama nangu tulalaba wemo ukula bevyo watu dobwingi ibisemo wapangili obwingi ukuchinjo lusako kumonevo busaka mama utituala basiyani chagwa katuse
We bring you guests that challenge the narrative, unveil what power hides, and spark national debate, speaking truth to power from the grassroots to the highest offices. EMV.